I want to make sure... Yeah, it looks like we're maintaining the appropriate number of whatchamajiggies, frames. I want to make... So, let's go ahead and... At everyone... Let's... Trial... Danganronpa again. I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to put in try like a trial, you know, because that's a real word, but I didn't remember if that had a different spelling from the regular way you would spell try, and I just didn't want to put in the effort to look it the fuck up. I'm tired as shit. Alright, second verse, same as the first, right? Where are we going? Pre-trial prep. We're just gonna launch right into the trial. I don't even think we need to look at the evidence. Let's flip through it real quick, but I'm not gonna read it out. I'm just gonna flip through it for myself. Yep. Okay. Gotcha. Yep. Right. Sure. 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 Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Yo, Pache, welcome. We're trying again. And now they must confront two murders. Who claimed the lives of Hifumi and Kiyotaka in this class trial? Suspicion builds upon suspicion. Great. Alright, we're not gonna read the evidence. Fuck it, we did it last time. Granted, that's gonna be lost forever because I'm not uploading it, but...
of the class trial. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
So I will probably stream tomorrow night, by the way.
Now then.
Just because there's no reason not to.
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
How are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. And this is about as far as we got before the stream died last time. Yasuhiro's message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No! Just hold on a second.
What? No! Why? What the fuck is happening? What? Alright, hang on. I'm gonna try changing the priority of OBS and Task Manager. The second I remember how to change priorities in Task Manager. I don't remember how to do this. How the fuck do I change priority? Because there's no reason this should be happening. And I see that it's fixed itself, but I don't believe it. Okay, I literally don't remember. I mean, it says it's fixed. So I guess we'll try a little more. I mean, looking at that blueprint, that handwriting is awfully messy. If I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is...
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
That's a weird bullet. I guess we'll have to watch to see if it fucks up again.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
That's probably
So
true.
Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
I'm gonna go on record and say Hiro isn't the culprit.
He's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Ha
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
Hiro was in the
The
Robo-Justice suit.
suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
It was Hiro. And of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The suspicious individual in question, the one who must have been in the suit, was Hiro.
I got it!
It had to have been Hiro.
Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Yeah, because you're assuming the person in the suit was the one that did it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, this is gonna sound absolutely fucking ridiculous. I think the problem might have been I left Internet Explorer open.
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Damn, it actually looks like for once Byakuya knows what the fuck is happening.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Absolutely. The things used to move Taka's body, they must have been the dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The thing used, they must have been, oh, and the tarp, right?
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right? So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
I'm gonna disagree with that. I feel like the whole thing was premeditated.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
Oh, shut up, bitch! I'm the smartest one here.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow! Fucking cat claws. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I can change her mind if I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to truth time battles. Would you like to hear more? Yes! Let's talk about reloading. Starting with this next bullet time battle, we're going to add one more ingredient to the recipe. This just gets more complicated as we go. On the bottom of the screen, underneath the tempo marker, you'll see your ammo count. Up until now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But from now on, just locking on and pressing the left mouse button won't be enough to handle them. Now it'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked on you are. However, you can reload by pressing the tab key. Just locking on, you'll have to press the tab key in time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember that the tab key now has a function along with right and left mouse buttons. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time, and your ammo will not decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, you won't have to reload at all. Fuck yeah! In which case, ignore everything I just said. I will. Good luck, have fun. Hell yeah!
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Bang! Fuck off, Celeste.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much? Everyone keeps touching me.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I just want to point out Monokuma's, like, facial expression when she said that. Like, he just has this look like, is she fucking serious?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yeah, you can't bend the fuck over in it. If I look how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? He means you can't bend over in the suit? Robo Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Correct.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository.
Whoa!
Correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
It's probably loaded onto Dolly.
Keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Oh no, it's definitely bend over.
Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Yeah. No problem.
The killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
Hero, we're defending you here, you fucking idiot. The dolly doesn't have any handle, so to push it, you'd have to be able to bend over. But would anyone wearing that suit have to be able to actually stoop down like that?
As we know, Taka was and from there.
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it on.
Now, keep in mind that the dog.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Can't bend over in that suit, though.
No, that's wrong.
Well, I mean, it is right, but you would only
You're
have to bend over.
absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that,
We all know it wasn't you.
a rigid, cumbersome suit. It's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that costume was taken off just to move the body because you can't take it off yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make this stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
Yep.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
Correct.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
Oh, yeah?
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
Yeah, let's talk about your fucking picture, Celeste. Let's do
whoever was
that.
in that suit is not the culprit. How do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? Robo Justice. That's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Yeah, as long as we trust you.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Yeah, Hina, shut up. You're not helping.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yup.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened.
Yep.
I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So that was around
Whoops.
8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant.
Yep.
I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then...
Yeah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been. Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead.
We found Hifumi on the ground with blood on him.
And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when
Not
we
her
got
voice,
there,
but okay.
We discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
Nope. You missed a part.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of the case, I have to find them, no matter what. Well, we know he was killed with a hammer. Monokuma File 3. They were killed with a similar weapon.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
He
Or
did.
Perhaps it was after?
Definitely before.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Mm-hmm.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, what?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh my god, you're so dumb.
Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Jesus, Hina. The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order?
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed
Is
in.
it what order?
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh no, it was before. Oh no, we actually missed one.
I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Oh, really? Wait, do I have to copy something then?
So,
There's only two of them.
I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of
Fuck.
the Justice Hammers.
This is gonna be a problem.
True that Hifumi was killed with Justice, while Taka's death came from a swing of...
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Fuck, yeah, so I have to copy something. Justice Hammers were numbered, but what?
So, regarding
This is gonna be a problem.
Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed
What?
in. Taka came last.
What makes you say
How do you
that?
copy?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious.
I think this is actually a control issue. I'm not even sure what button I'm supposed to hit at this point.
So,
We might need to...
regarding Taka's
This
death,
one might get us. Oh, here's escape. Thank God. Controls, thank you. Silencer, right mouse button. This doesn't tell me. Do I hold left mouse button? No, it says fire. Oh, concentrate is space.
Or perhaps it was after?
Nope.
We already know what order they were killed
What the
in.
fuck? What button do I hit? Is it not? I have to be able to memorize something. So it's hold down left mouse button?
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
It's true that while Taka's death came...
See? So it's obvious Taka came
Okay, this one actually might kill us just because of controls right here.
Regarding Taka, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
There we go, that's probably it.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammer.
There we go! Fuck! Fuck!
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Absolutely.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proved Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Oh, his watch. Hangman's Gambit. Wrist. You're making me spell the word wristwatch? What? Oh god, you're making me spell the word wristwatch in order? Alright, I need an H. Fuck.
Understand? I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Hey you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
Yep.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us.
It did not slip past all of us, Makoto. You are high off your ass if you thought it slipped past all of us.
We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
We did not do anything.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Gah! Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something!
No.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Yeah.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream.
Hifumi doesn't.
Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room. And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Ooh.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true.
I got
We
up
searched
and
everywhere,
walked
but we
away.
couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time? It would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Oh, just say he got up and walked away. Come on.
What?
What a weird way to phrase that.
If the dead body were to move itself.
Thank you. Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another... ghost!
Hero.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yep.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Oh yeah. And I can prove it with his glasses. Broken wristwatch? Or I guess I can prove it with the broken wristwatch. No, what?
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once, but Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered at almost the exact same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Or was it not that one?
shoot!
Fuck, we're gonna actually die
Are
here.
you saying that when we first found Hifumi, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
It has to be he was actually still alive.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended
this?
to signal someone else's discovery.
No, we're dead. The way these are worded is so awkward. The way these are worded is so fucking awkward.
I refuse to give up yet!
Honestly, I'm tempted just to restart the whole fucking thing at this point.
Are you...
Oh, we can actually look through our truth bullets. I didn't know that. Yeah. Let's... Oh, I guess we can't. I don't know how to back out otherwise.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
Oh, I know how to do it. We just have to fucking tank it. And then we can probably hit no and it'll kick us to the menu.
No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Shoot.
It probably makes more sense in Japanese. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it probably does. It's, the way it's set up, especially for the memorization ones, is you have to use a certain phrase to counter another certain phrase, but the idea behind it is you're supposed to be countering arguments. And the issue is that none of these contradict themselves. So it's tough to see which ones are supposed to be contradicting which things. Like, it's obvious what happened at this point. The issue is that I cannot... The mechanics are making it hard for me to prove it. We should be able to zoom through this without much issue now. At the very least, because I know which answers I'm supposed to shove in which holes. You try the announcement thing with the broken wristwatch? No, because the problem with the announcement is that it's only made when 3 people have discovered the body. And the wristwatch proves the time of death, but it doesn't prove when the body was discovered.
Your votes will determine the result.
I mean, I can try it. At this point, there's no harm. But...
How many times do I...
But like here, Yasuhiro's message in this point is used to counter blueprints.
The blueprints, the suit parts.
But there's no actual contradiction between Yasuhiro wrote a message and there was a blueprint in his room.
Are we sure?
So my failure is actually more of a mechanics thing. Does it prove the time of death or the time he was attacked the first time?
So Makoto.
It proves that Taka was attacked, yeah, but Taka wasn't the one that got up and walked off. It was Hifumi that did.
I got it! Other than he...
That's right.
What? And
There's all things. So we must click. It would.
I mean, I could try it, for sure. Yo, gamer fan, welcome.
I got it!
We died. We had our first death. But not because I don't know the answers, but because I don't know what answers they want me to say.
It was the same. So the killer must have stepped.
Oh, I have to do this again.
you have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch.
Yo, woohoo, Brokeback, welcome. Alright, shut up, Celeste. Again.
If you're asking for proof that the dog...
Yeah, you shut up too. Okay, Robo Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there,
The body was... Yeah, the Pope then loaded it onto the gun. Now, keep in mind that... Well, yeah. All you'd have to do is bend over.
No, it's wrong.
Aww, a lot of waving going on. That's cute. I like seeing that. Oh, welcome, Woohoo Brokeback. I don't know if I remembered to say hi.
I got it! I don't think...
Wow, this is going on for a while. I didn't remember this being so long. That's a lie. I do remember this being long.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Okay, I'm a little upset I still can't see that even though I turned on GIFs in BTTV.
Hold on. There's no reason to...
Okay, now we need to spell the word wristwatch. That's not... Ah, I did the dumb.
Now I understand.
Nobody trusts me because I accidentally hit T.
Taka's wristwatch. That's true.
No, we died. Oh god, now, okay, we're finally back. Now we have to figure out which fucking square peg we're gonna shove in this round hole.
That when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery.
The problem is I don't know what the fuck they want me to say. It's not like the game just gives me the option to yell glasses at these people.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Unless it means broken wristwatch shows that Taka was already dead. I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. It wasn't. It was made twice, you fucking moron. But Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at almost exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found
Oh.
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was...
Okay, I have an idea.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body.
I didn't think of this, but
Are we real?
maybe the
what if
It was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
it's someone else's discovery, and then
You saying that when we first found
You
Hifumi
watched
in
the anime?
nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still
you're all misunderstanding. The issues that I did, it's not that I don't know what happened. I understand the case. The issue is I don't know what answer they want me to give them.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
I figured it out. I just had to think backward.
Of course it was. The announcement played right
Just
after the
answer
discovery
correctly.
body.
Of course, I hadn't considered that.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
There were 2 announcements, you idiots!
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
There was!
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
He
What do you
didn't.
say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive question, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We were asking if you were a lazy bum.
It did not answer the question, actually, but...
No, actually, that was plenty. He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Oh, that was... okay.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body discovery announcement. The first time it played was when we found each body in the nurse's office and the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
There we go. We're back on track. We're doing it. Ding dong, ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Didn't they have audio? Why aren't they replaying that audio?
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
No.
Exactly. If
Well,
we were
kind of.
actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Dun dun dun.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just
I mean, he wasn't dead when we came upon him in the repository either. He had like 3 lines of dialogue after that.
There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Glasses.
Oh, I know!
Yes?
He was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
Yeah. Always helpful.
That is the worst logic I have ever...
Always helpful, Jill.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Glasses.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi is still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Glasses. Hifumi's... Yes! Glasses! If I could have shouted this like 10 minutes ago.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yep.
But
Think we
when
can
you
agree to that?
compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was
Bang.
positioned, there was no notable
Nope.
difference.
Probably bang.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
It's a good thing I didn't actually pull the trigger. That would have been bad. When Hifumi's body was found in the nurse's office, and when it was found again in the repository, there's definitely some sort of conflict there.
Well, here's one thing. The first time we found him, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw it was in.
Oh, when I hold control, it speeds up the time completely.
Before being moved, and his body after, other than the change in how it was, there was no notable difference.
No, that's wrong.
That's interesting. So that means that there's a set number of rotations.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
Glasses!
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence I found in the trash can in the nurse's office was... You know, it is actually flabbergasting that Makoto manages to go into all of these with this much evidence and never solves the cases before the class trial begins.
Certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
That, oh, you think? That was an awfully specific thing to remember, Hina.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I don't know, I'm starting to doubt Hina now.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna put it out there and say that I don't think what they just said proves that.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying
God,
is, the
Hero.
blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Yeah, why would the killer take out his glasses cleaning kit and then clean his glasses for him and then move the body? All of the amount of time it took you two to go to a fucking bathroom.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible.
The only question I still have about the case is where was the mallet washed at?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
No, it was blood.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere!
It also left a really, really stupid blood split stain, by the way.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that
Like,
point,
an impossible blood stain that could have only have been caused if he'd been hit in the head while on the ground.
it should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi. I think I wanted the answers to Sakura.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Yep.
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
Yep.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Yes, I do. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka. Could it be? Nope, not that one.
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
The one place no one would think to check.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
See. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Oh, Taka?
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
That's a good answer.
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. Really? She's... At this point, I'm having trouble finding her scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. I have to prove her wrong. Somehow. Broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses cleaning cloth. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that none of this is right.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
Haha! Fuck off, Jack!
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m.
How is she doing that with her
the
tongue?
same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
And if you need further evidence...
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Okay, I guess we don't.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Yeah.
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Why are you doing this to me, Byakuya? Why are you doing this to me, Byakuya? I mean, it's not that I don't have it, but why are you doing this to me?
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
Okay, Hero, tone it down. I think you went a little far with that.
Sorry, no.
Think you went a little crazy.
In the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus! Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too.
Actually, I think Hero has an alibi. He was locked in a locker, wasn't he?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Yeah, that's not the question. The question is, when was it washed?
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository...
And how?
The culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
No.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Yes. And it's the same situation, which is why it confuses me.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1, kind of, maybe. I have my doubts whether she was willing to hit herself with a hammer.
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
They were.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Hifumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Oh, I can't just select the object? Damn it. Okay.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
That could be it.
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
No.
Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
No.
Well,
Spotless Hammer 1.
There's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
I want to know that.
How did nobody's weakness than carrying it? Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Oh god, it could be Justice Hammer 5.
Hammer time for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
Oh,
Hammers.
it's definitely that one.
And, that's about it.
Also, can we point out that Murder Gear / Hammer Time is the greatest name for a website ever? Fumi was killed in the repository, right? So if weapons used to kill both of them were actually similar...
What was used to kill? Was it just maybe Justice?
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody weak? Sounds like a Justice. Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more.
Well, one thing seems pretty. The murder weapon had to be...
No, it wasn't. Shut up. You're wrong. Stop talking, Hero.
weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Yep.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used the hammer to kill him.
Whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Okay, well that's clearly wrong.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Interesting. Really? Say for sure. Yo, Ventrax! Is this blind? No, not really. I've seen the anime before. It was a long time ago, though, and this is the one I remember the least about. Actually, the next one is the one I remember the least about. And then I remember the end result of the case, but I literally remember nothing else about it. I don't even remember if someone got killed. I think someone got killed? I don't know. Can we say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us,
okay, I think the only solution I can use for this is to take Kyoko's two people statement and then use it on the impossible statement.
Based on the rules that have been laid out, even if more than one person, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
Like that.
It is...
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
I'm beginning to get a handle on the mechanics.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one.
Also, how you been?
person
I haven't
was
seen you in a
involved.
while.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
I can help but admire it because this was a dumb plan. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. What if she's the killer? Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at
I
this.
understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
Are you people really serious that we're still doubting this?
Problem numero uno right now.
Are you fucking... The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end murdered him. And the debates up till now, the way the case is unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Yeah, I know. It's really baffling that everyone's like, oh, who did it? Oh, I can't figure this out. God, it must have been me! Are you confident in your assertion it was you? Huh? Perhaps you should take a second to think it through again, more slowly this time. Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone saying it was me. That was fucking worth it, you can't tell me it wasn't.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now.
You were suspicious from the beginning!
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
I mean, can we point out that she did absolutely the worst of all of us, and that there are 3 of us that have figured it out, and it's usually just 2? Like, even Byakuya knows at this point. He's like, are you fucking serious right now? Pull her wig off. Oh my god, is it a wig? Oh, it's probably a wig. I was just thinking it was her hair.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Oh, what if she's secretly a dude?
The idea that
They're
I
not
would
gonna do
choose
that
to
twice.
spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit-brain, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Whoa! What just happened to your accent?
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the 2 of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the 2 of you were working together.
What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The paper holding Hifumi's hands, the screaming, encountering suspicious individual. I mean, honestly... Oh no, Hina screamed, so it's probably suspicious individual, right?
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Are you fucking serious, Byakuya?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yeah.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
We headed to the 2nd floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Gah! Huh? What was that? We just keep seeing this scene. That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi! He's in the nurse's office! This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? I'll head to the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well, then Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
That was not piercing.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I was certainly not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Murdered.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything, the whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but
I did.
Looking back,
probably.
I can say that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die just like those guys died. Oh, shit. Okay, I actually didn't catch that.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
That's such a telling expression. Byaku said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? I refuse to believe Naegi is this fucking stupid. Yeah, okay, get out of here with the fucking Monokuma file, come on.
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
I'm impressed that she can remember what she said word for word.
It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Do I have to memorize so strange and then use it on those? When she said that, she could only have known about Hifumi's death. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this.
We're gonna lose a heart on this for sure.
The sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
I don't know which one to use on which.
To finish this, it's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's
Is it so strange on those? It don't. Why is that happening?
All right.
Oh my god. Alright. Alright. I have to restart Windows Explorer. Hopefully this doesn't wreck everything. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna work because I don't know what they want me to use on what, even though it's incredibly obvious what the problem with her statement is. Is it strange in those guys? It is. That's not a contradiction!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Does that look like fuck?
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
The one you took with Hifumi's camera?
Costumed villain dragging Hifumi away.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist? Simple.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
No, there's no other explanation. Shut up. Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect are dancing. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking.
I got it! It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Oh yeah, that's not suspicious.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi's dragging the suspect away, but is that really possible? Robo Justice costume, Yashiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints. Interesting.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
If I remember right, Hina said, she said she couldn't bend at the waist. Yeah, so it is the costume.
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha. Fucking gotcha.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that. Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
What could you possibly still have?
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
I actually want to give the voice actress some credit for managing to convey that the French accent isn't her real accent, but also trying to convey that she's trying to slip back into it, but the accent is cracking. Hey, Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? That's right, I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Why is your voice so high-pitched
He
there?
said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're making things more complicated.
Wait, what?
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do you mean by
She is
that?
flipping out so hard.
Back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He gave people, I don't know, nicknames? No. No, wasn't nicknames. Fuck, I don't know.
Think back to how
Was
he
it last
referred to each
names?
of us.
I don't know how he talked. I never talked to the man.
He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
You're right, he did.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
At this point, kind of?
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste still won't give up, so then, I have to do something to make her accept it. E-handbook? Maybe?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict
Oh, it's
me,
E-handbook on No Way, right?
the only truth there is.
Okay, so that's the only reason that she even brought up the E-handbooks was so that it could be used as a truth bullet for this, isn't it? If I remember, there's something here that shows its owner's real name. I'm sure Kyoko mentioned something like that at some point. It may not be a related case, but it might come in handy anyway.
Hifumi was trying to tell me.
Okay, so that... Yeah, I remember when she said that. I was like, why the fuck is she bringing up E-handbooks? They had nothing to do with this.
How long do you
But that makes sense.
And since you have no
We
way
can
to
make her
contradict
prove
me,
it.
the only truth there is.
Whoa, did I miss? I guess I missed.
Hifumi was. He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending.
And since you have no way to...
Got her.
No, that's wrong.
That is wrong. We do have a way to contradict you. It's the same way we took down Mondo.
Handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It also has many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Okay, I mean, we're just gonna vote you then.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Dun dun dun! Closing arguments. Alright. Like that? Probably like that. Is it the time? It might be the time. No, it's not the time. Yeah. Let's just do what we can when we can. Okay. What was it? Justice Hammer 3? Let's find the camera. Maybe. Okay, what time is this? This is 1 o'clock? Alright, so if this is 1 o'clock, it's probably that. Maybe that? I don't know about that. I'm not as confident. Oh, actually, you know what this is? This right here? This is probably supposed to be the picture, right? Yeah, I bet this is when the camera was used. Out of that, alright. And then over here is gonna be the watch for Kiyotaka. There we go. And what was it? Justice Hammer 4? Justice Hammer 4, right? It almost tripped me up at the end because of the numbering. And then what was this? Justice Hammer 3? And then this was Justice Hammer 2. Am I right? Am I doing it? Did I get it right? I don't know if I got it right. I should probably double check before I hit reenact. See if this all makes sense. Alright, we're here. They meet up. Time is 1 in the morning. He's like, I'm here. Ah, look at me. What's going on? You got me. Oh, take a picture of him struggling. Oh, there we go. Got it. Snap that picture. Oh, it's 6 in the morning. I'm here. I'm a crazy person. I think I'm possessed by my friend's dead body. Ah, I'm gonna hit you with Justice Hammer 4. Oh, you got hit with Justice Hammer 4. Oh, Justice Hammer 4 has blood on it. Here, I'm a person. Here's a camera. Oh, look, he's struggling. Oh no, what happened? Oh, I got hit with Justice Hammer 2. Oh, Justice Hammer 2 sucks. Oh, I'm back in the nervous office. Oh, I got sprinkled with blood. Oh, God. Ah, dropped Justice Hammer 3 on the cramp. Oh my God, he died. Oh my God, he died. Ah, alright, I need to hurry up and move his body. Oh, throw him on a tarp. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, great. I think it works. I think we got it.
What happened?
This is exactly what happened. I'm 100% right. You can't say otherwise.
The killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes. First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository.
Where did she wash it at?
That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
They're never gonna answer that question for me, are they? That has been my one question since starting this case, is when did this hammer get washed?
Sorry, you lose.
Lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
You'd like to say that they were called Justice Hammers? When was the Justice Hammer? Actually, that one wasn't a Justice Hammer.
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Yo!
Taiko?
So, You finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
Where's my B? Where's my B? Oh, I didn't get a B? I deserved a B, considering I literally blamed myself at one part of this.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
In the hammers it said Justice Hummer? Did it really? I didn't notice that.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay, if you would,
Whoops.
please locate your lever and cast your vote.
Okay, one more detail that didn't come up in the trial, but it was something I caught on to immediately, which is that we know that Tycho claimed that she was in the rec room at 7 o'clock, and the Robo Justice hit her with a hammer, and she awoke an hour later to see that Robo Justice was carrying away Hifumi. Now, there is a clock inside of the rec room. I checked that. If you'll actually remember when she gave that testimony, I just started fucking laughing. Is that there is a clock inside that room, and the important thing about that is that she later said that she took the picture at 7:30, which contradicts her, or not 7:30, yeah, 7:30, which contradicts her statement, because if she woke up an hour later from 7, she would have woken up at 8, but then she took the picture a half hour before. But also Hifumi claimed that he was carried away at around 7:30 to 7:40, so their testimonies don't match up in the initial dialogue where you speak to her. Now, that detail never came up in the actual trial, but it is something I did notice.
And when the votes are tallied,
I didn't explain that very well, but you can go back and watch it.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Also, she was the one that discovered the body from the locked door, and we know that the door only locks from the inside, so it would only make sense that the only person that could have gotten in that locked room where we know that Hifumi would have still been alive would have been the killer. So it's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The Blacken this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro. Welcome, illustrious Rocket. You, came in right at the end. I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. Yeah.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure he relied on her specialty. Lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I don't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use... you know. I knew you'd figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Oh, shit. I'll check that out right before the stream ends. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop, as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
are you okay
It was
with this?
Taka. He stole it. What?
So
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as he'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Grr, so it was him! But how did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As
What?
for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night, unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
What? And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! That's an absolute crime! Ha! I knew he'd gotten a little crazy, but I never imagined he would go that far. Got a little British there, Hifumi did. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually,
Taka's planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean. Taka is going to kill you. What?
indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard, 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 bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear!
I have to save her!
actually,
Then would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that. But it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about the thing that I accidentally skipped past, so I'll never know what she said? That is an accurate statement. The Queen of Liars finally says something honest. When she's asking what Hifumi was supposed to do after that, assuming you'd already let him live.
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have an alibi so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It seems all very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. How did you explain the part about him playing dead? Did I skip something? I may have skipped something. I'm sorry if I'm not reading this right. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you'd planned to kill him all along. Oh! How did you explain the part about him playing dead? Oh, that's what I skipped past? Alright, thank you. But of course, there would be no point into my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for the money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life began here, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie, you little bitch.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butler/bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires and satisfy my every need. I can't believe that's their motivation! I can't believe that's their motivation! That's so fucking crazy! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh! Worth it! Oh god! Oh shit! Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life, there was only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got to right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end, so why would I?
done. Just the worst.
You sound so passionate. That's not your voice. You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for that?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? The character who's basically country Hina, but I've already made Hina from the country. My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes.
That's
indeed.
right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. I feel like that's literally impossible.
Hey,
You just get executed again. Celeste smiled then, and when she did it, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. I'm going to love to hate one of the dudes from DR2. I see, this is a common thing, and I'm like, man, I kind of can't wait. Another thing I'm looking forward to playing Danganronpa 2 is that since I don't know who killed everybody, I can explain my actual thought process behind the murders. So that'll be fun, because I'm not doing it while playing this game, because I already know the answer and I can't form theories when I already know. So, although I am gonna say that if I didn't know it was Mondo, I never would have went for Mondo. And when she did it, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Chills! Kills!
You all done? Okay then, let's get rolling. The black and disturbed the peas and must pay the price. Now then, I prepared a very special punishment for her. The ultimate... You didn't catch him call Chihiro a dude? I noticed him call Chihiro a dude, but I didn't... It didn't stand out to me. I was like, it's kind of odd he called Chihiro a dude, but that's also the only evidence at all that they have against him, is that he called Chihiro a dude. And despite the claims that it couldn't be Byakuya, it could absolutely have been Byakuya. And Byakuya was way more suspicious since he fucked with the crime scene. So, I mean, even in the middle of that case, Naegi's evidence for it's not Byakuya is that Byakuya was too calm, and Byakuya's like, was all like, I mean, I would have preferred concrete evidence, but yeah, it wasn't me, you're right. I mean, the only other evidence was that Byakuya totally saw Mondo do it, but we didn't have access to that during the case. So the biggest issue with that is that all of the evidence points to Byakuya, and I didn't really have much way of disproving it. Whereas in this one, it was incredibly obvious it was Celestia. And with Leon, it's actually less obvious that it's Leon, with the exception of Sayaka's death message, which is the most obvious thing ever, especially because I accidentally read it upside down the first time it was shown on screen.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
It's so obvious it says Leon that your eyes recognize it needs to be upside down.
Well then, take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Otherwise, it's a little harder to prove it's Leon. Like, the baseball throw points to him, but... Did you also read it upside down when you saw it? Okay, so as far as executions go, hers is actually the worst. You already knew, so it didn't matter? Oh. I actually just... I already knew as well, but I also, when I first saw it, the way my eyes scanned it, just instantly read it upside down. So, burning to death is actually one of the worst ways to go, because the human body is not flammable, mostly. And so the issue is that the fire actually has to burn all the way through your skin to get to the layer of fat underneath before it actually gets anything to catch onto. And especially in an open-air environment, the fire has trouble properly burning through you, so you could viably burn for hours before you die. I missed the part where they just hit her with a fucking truck. That's actually amazing. It's also a bit of a mercy. Which is similar to how people were actually executed, which is most people who were burnt to death were actually killed before the fire even started, because they tie a rope around your neck to keep you on the wooden beam, and a lot of times the executioner would actually strangle you to death before the fire starts. Joan of Arc was actually strangled to death before they burned her, so, or at least into unconsciousness. I don't know why I got so into burning execution descriptions, but there you go. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death, is over. Everyone's like, well, that happened. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. Did we? Because we never talked to her. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
You're worried that I know so much about burning to death? Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation. Ah, torch of hope. I get you, Monokuma.
Let me out of here!
What do you care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes it is, but that's reality, just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I am so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What? I did! I bought 9 games!
Hey,
Answer me what you did to my body. Oh man, oh jeez, oh man, oh jeez, what do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean? At least, I think I want to play at least 2 of those on stream. I got sleeping dogs in Trails of the Sky, and the longer time goes on from the release of Sleeping Dogs, the more I want to play it. And I hear that the trials, is it Trails or Trials? The correct word, I think it might be Trails. I hear that the Trails series is supposed to be like one of the best RPG series, so I've heard. So I am interested in giving that a shot. So if you see those get added to the docket, don't be surprised. Wow, you have an emote for everything. That's great. Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time to get out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya.
Woohoo! See ya! Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair, there was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key that Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss when it's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. Sakura's voice has been getting higher and higher pitched as we go through this game because it's so unrepeatable. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go on alone from here. Everyone else, head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Where exactly are you going alone?
So...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance cameras.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
Well,
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means? Hina, there's no way. We've heard the things you say.
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little background. I knew it! I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall to leave me and Kyoko there
Shall
alone.
we go?
Yeah,
So then,
we need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw... Good morning! Haha, it's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I'd never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Fuck, damn it, alter ego. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you.
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural to think that I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, this is going on for a bit longer than I expected, to be honest. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I'd believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she'd told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. I would like to know what I'm doing?
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it in the way in the back, the boys' bathroom storage closet. But could Kyoko really be right about this? Oh shit, I'm gonna save the game. We should have another... chapter, right? Chapter 3 is not the last one. And I assume it's gonna change soon, so we'll wait until the chapter actually ends. Just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Tokyo told me about. Could it really be hidden here? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet. But I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet. Oh, I can kind of see a little outline. And suddenly, as if being yanked in... This is the dumbest. At the same time, as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back of the wall was like a revolving door. I'd made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the second floor, there's a storage closet. And in the back of that closet, there's a secret room. So in this, the secret room. But what's in here? Paper balls on the ground. Quick! Someone's been jerking it. I thought I was joking, but there's a box of tissues right... Kyoko, what have you been doing in this room? It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. I am actually having trouble ignoring those fucking tissues now, to be honest. There's a bunch of files in what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Post Peak Academy Student Registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to look at it, a slip of paper fell out of the file, and I turned my attention to it. You must not leave. What's this? You must not leave? That's kind of weird. I can understand if it said, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? Holy shit, it's a person in a luchador mask! A strange sound rang through my head. It felt like I had just been hit with some kind of object. I felt like it was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I didn't know how long it had been. But they didn't take the tissue, so we still have a DNA sample. Ow. Apparently, something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. I really, really hope they don't explain these tissues. It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. What's up with Princess Maker? What do you mean, what's up with Princess Maker? It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone. What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room. Get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floor of the school. Good. The further I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right here. Oh yeah, what'd you get? That says there. That word is there. And after that... coffee. As if from a vast distance I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Only one thing to do, leave. Hello. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. Fate Hunters, Slay the Spire, Tales of Symphonia, and Audiosurf 2. Audiosurf 2 is fun. I never really played much of the Tales series. I played Legendia and I own Berseria, but I've never played Berseria. Yeah. I really like Legendia, though. Kacha BQ. Higagagahia Paching. Bakia Dada Dun. Shasha Shasha Shasha. Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be? The mastermind spy is... a next-generation legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. Yeah! Super Robo Justice present! Save the game. Alright, everyone. That has been the stream. I'm planning to do a stream tomorrow. It's supposed to be Thanksgiving, but I'm pretty sure... I don't think any of you celebrate Thanksgiving, so I don't think it matters. So I should be able to do it pretty easy. Still gonna be Danganronpa. The only reason we did it tonight instead of, like, Final Fantasy was because... yeah, I'll check the thingy before I end the stream. The only reason we did Danganronpa tonight is because of the internet issue from last night. So, anyway. Gonna Alt F4. Actually, I don't think I need to. I think I can exit through the system menu, can't I? Yeah, I can. It's never quite clear when I can or can't. Ha, bye Hifumi, you fucking bitch. Alright, what do we got? What did you link before we check? Also, we have that clip. Wow, this is a fucking long time ago. Push. What the fuck is push? It is a... image from the game? I'm not entirely certain what I'm looking at here, if I'm being honest. I know it's part of the comic thing. Is that what you were talking about? Justice Hammer? Oh, Justice Hummer! Oh, yeah, okay. Now that I know what I'm looking at, let's go back and give it a little peeky. Let's see. Oh my god, it does in fact say Justice Hummer. That is just beautiful. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Hope you had fun. I certainly did. More Danganronpa tomorrow. We're probably nearing the end of this game, which means I might need to buy time, because I don't want to do the final game for December until December. Or the final game for the year until December. So, anyway. I've been Sacrobolic, your Envoy of Hope, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.